Scott Hamblin, 17735 Garnett Street, Overland Park, 66221. I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I just had some numbers and some quotes I wanted to throw out there. I'm assuming most of you probably have your mind made up, but nonetheless, I wanted to throw these out there. It's going to be just a complete high overview, basically pre-Econ 101, simple numbers. So it's my opinion that today's economy, and I apologize since it's numbers and quotes, and I'll be doing a lot of reading, so I make sure I get it right. But I think it's become, in today's economy and with the nature of government spending, we've been accustomed to hearing these gigantic numbers like 158 million, and we've rationalized them like it's not that big a deal. But there's two things I want to talk about which are direct and to the point. The first one being the 100% TIF we're talking about in this situation. And to piggyback off what Councilman Farasati said, in 1951, we'd have collected $158 million in tax money. And 2019, as soon as they turn a shovel of dirt, we're going to collect zero. But somehow we've got it in our heads that that is money we're not out. Well, I'll give you a way to experiment that. Tell your boss to keep your paycheck. Go home, tell your significant other what you've done, and tell them, well, we're really not out anything because it's money we never had. So, and then let me know how that works out. But if everyone takes a second and thinks about just how much they pay in taxes, it's an overwhelming amount. And to put this into perspective, the estimated total revenue of Overland Park, that Overland Park will take in from all sources in 2019 is $219 million, meaning tonight's ask is 72% of the entire Overland Park 2019 revenue. That's 3/4 of all taxes collected in 2019. That's tonight's ask. Just a couple more quick numbers. Two top concerns of the residents, and this is according to the city's published 2020 budget, is traffic congestion and road maintenance. I think Charlotte O'Hara brought that up. Those are the top two concerns of the residents. The 2020 to 2024 city maintenance plan has allocated $124 million towards improving the residents' top concern. That amount is less than the amount we're discussing tonight. And those are the residents' two top concerns. And last but certainly not least, there is our police department. They currently operate on a budget of $40 million per year. Tonight's proposal would fund our police department for almost 4 years. Let that sink in.
Scott, if you could pull it to conclusion.
Oh, yep, sorry about that. The rest I had was basically, I was going to quote from the Harvard Review and the New York Times, which I think Ferris kind of talked about. But, yeah, it's the only thing I have left to say is when it comes to the public-private partnerships, also known as tax giveaways, investments, whatever you want to label it these days. We saw just last week, if anybody watched the FAID committee, we had three different developers developing some of the largest projects we have going on in Overland Park right now show up and ask for more time and more money because it's not working.
Scott, thank you very much. Appreciate your comments.
Can I finish real quick?
You've gone way over more than anybody else.
Okay, there we go.
And Bob, if you could wait until the end, since you've already been up and spoken.